There's a shadow hanging over the Middle East, and it's not just from drones. It's from the uncertainty of whether one of the most volatile regimes in the region has already crossed the nuclear threshold. The question isn't just whether Iran is trying to build a bomb. The real question, the terrifying one, is whether it already has. This is the Forbidden Dossier on Iran's nuclear ambitions, the secret programs, the international denials, and the mounting evidence that suggests the point of no return may have already been crossed. Let's rewind. In 2002, an Iranian opposition group shocked the world by revealing the existence of secret nuclear facilities in Natanz and Iraq. Iran denied it was developing weapons, insisting on peaceful energy use. The international community launched investigations, and what they found was enough to sound alarms. Uranium enrichment far beyond what was needed for civilian use. Designs that resembled bomb schematics. And a pattern of deception. Then came the negotiations. The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, in 2015. Iran would limit its nuclear program. In exchange, sanctions would be lifted. For a while it worked. Inspectors confirmed compliance. Enrichment slowed. The world exhaled. But peace is fragile. In 2018, the Trump administration pulled the US out of the JCPOA, citing Iranian deception and ballistic missile development. Iran responded predictably, by ramping up its enrichment. By 2021, Iran had enriched uranium to 60% purity, just a technical step away from weapons grade. Then came whispers. Intelligence reports suggested Iran had enough enriched uranium for several bombs if it chose to proceed. But that wasn't all. Satellite imagery showed underground bunkers being expanded. Centrifuges were spinning faster. And then came silence. Because once a nation crosses the nuclear threshold, once it has the knowledge, material, and infrastructure, there's no need to announce it. There's no parade, no press conference, just deterrence. Now let's look at what's hiding in plain sight. Iran has invested heavily in missile delivery systems. Its Shahab-3 missile can reach Israel. The more advanced Khorramshahr can reach even further. These aren't defensive tools. They're strategic platforms, built for payloads that go far beyond conventional. And then there's Fordow, a facility buried deep under a mountain, virtually immune to airstrikes, still active, still enriching. Israel has taken the threat seriously. Mossad operations have assassinated key nuclear scientists inside Iran. Cyber attacks like Stuxnet, allegedly developed with the US, crippled Iranian centrifuges. Mysterious explosions have rocked Iranian military and nuclear sites. But these are temporary disruptions. Iran adapts and learns. Meanwhile, the world debates. Diplomats argue over inspection protocols. Politicians make speeches. But underground, deep in steel-reinforced chambers, centrifuges spin. So let's ask the hard question. What if Iran already has a bomb, or at least the capacity to assemble one in days? What if it's already built the components, stored the parts separately, and can assemble them faster than any response force can act? This is called nuclear latency. And Iran has achieved it. Some experts believe that Iran follows a doctrine of nuclear ambiguity, the same path Israel has taken. Never confirm. Never deny. Reap the strategic benefits of deterrence without inviting the international backlash of open weaponization. But the implications are massive. A nuclear-armed Iran would fundamentally change the balance of power in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia has already stated it would pursue its own nuclear capability. Egypt, Turkey, and others may follow. Suddenly, a region already prone to conflict becomes a powder keg of atomic proportions. And what of the United States? Successive administrations have tried diplomacy, sanctions, threats, and covert operations. None have stopped Iran's progress. Some have even accelerated it. Now US forces are scattered across the region. Any major escalation could draw them into conflict. And if Iran truly has the bomb, or is days away from it, any strike could trigger the unthinkable. Let's talk geopolitics. Russia and China have strengthened ties with Iran. Economic sanctions have pushed Tehran closer to Moscow and Beijing. If war breaks out, whose side will they take? Will they stay neutral, or will they see an opportunity to challenge the Western order? And here's the twist. Some analysts argue that Iran doesn't want to use a bomb, it wants the threat of a bomb. That threat changes everything. It gives leverage in negotiations. It deters attacks. It turns Iran into a power broker in a region where it once played defense. But threats are unstable. Miscommunication. A rogue general. A false flag operation. These are all it takes to turn deterrence into disaster. Now let's examine the theory of concealment. There are reports, unconfirmed, denied but persistent, that Iran has built facilities even deeper than Fordow, hidden beneath mountains, beyond the reach of conventional bunker busters. That in these sites enrichment continues. Bombs may already exist, disassembled and hidden, awaiting only the political decision. Could it be? Is it possible the world is already living in a post-nuclear Iran era, but refusing to acknowledge it? And if so, why the silence? The answer may lie in strategy. Openly admitting Iran has the bomb could collapse international diplomacy. It could force Israel's hand. It could unravel decades of non-proliferation policy. Better, perhaps, to keep the question open. But for how long? In the streets of Tehran, hardliners chant death to Israel and America. In official statements, Iran insists it has no intention to build a bomb. But words are wind, and steel is spinning. What happens next? Possibility 1, diplomacy returns. A new deal. A freeze on enrichment, inspections, de-escalation. This would require unprecedented trust and time. Possibility 2, a covert Israeli strike. Bombs dropped on Fordow or Natanz. The beginning of open war. Possibility 3, status quo. Iran hovers just beneath the line. Neither war nor peace. A world held hostage by a Schrodinger's bomb, both existing and not until someone opens the box. And possibility 4, a miscalculation. One drone crosses the wrong border. One missile is misread. One retaliation goes too far. And suddenly we're not debating theories. We're counting casualties. Because nuclear weapons don't require use to be powerful. They only need belief. And right now, too many believe Iran is closer than ever. This dossier does not claim to have proof. It raises the alarm. It connects the dots. And it asks the question no one wants to answer. If Iran already has the bomb, what will the world do about it? And more terrifying, what if the world already knows and has decided to do nothing? The centrifuges are spinning. This is your Forbidden Dossier. The clock is ticking.